Can we live the dream? Can we live in perpetual continuity of peace? Can we live in a reality governed by pleasure, intimacy with all energy, objects, beings, people, atmosphere, without being frustrated, chasing a dollar, paying your taxes, trying to find a meal, locating friends, texting, emailing, distractions, paying bills, gassing the car, getting in it, meeting friends? What is your life? What is my life? What's really necessary? That's today's talk. What really is necessary? You know, speaking from my own point of view, let's say I have an itch or scratch. The mind says itch, the arm says reach, the fingers say pick up, rotate, scratch, and eliminate the problem. You see, we're always trying to avoid our problems. We're always trying to avoid the things that don't allow us to have peace and comfort, correct? We're always searching for the thing that might satisfy us, fulfilling our dreams, our desires, trying to be a success. Even all these aspirations are just that, aspirations of emptiness. Because what happens when you finally, let's say, have a target to go from point A to point B? Let's say it's hunger, fill the stomach. How do we do that? Well, let's say we're nothing in the food storage, so we get in the car, burn petrol, get out of the car, go in the store, pick up the shelf, pay for it, get in the car, go home, gas up the car, park, etc., etc., feed ourselves, sit in front of the TV digesting, and then go to the toilet and flush it down. This is your life. If you do that, that's your life. I want to get off the wheel of collecting, hoarding, consuming, desiring. Because every time that I lift the arm to scratch, lift the hand to feed this greedy, possessed being that wants to feed itself, I'm just a parasite on the earth. You're a parasite on the earth, if you think about it. How peaceful are you? How are you not getting attacked by the mind, to be and do and congregate and go places and eat things and do things that are constantly involved in the self, constantly, like a crab, a hermit crab, they put on shells and collect things. We're like crabs. Look at our hands. We're like always trying to satisfy and feed ourselves. Look, I'm trying to help myself through my practices. I'm trying to now help you, if you're taking the time to watch this, to see that every time you scratch an itch, you're serving yourself and you're distracting yourself from peace. Peace. Eternal peace. You could have peace in this life if you weren't being pulled on by all the strings and attachments that you have. This is really powerful stuff, because if you look at it, that's all you are, is a string of attachments, desires, favorite colors, favorite foods, favorite people, favorite shows. How about doing none of those things? How about turning your life around completely and not having a favorite color, a favorite place to go? Why not just be? Almost like being homeless. But see, if this is your living room, if the world is your living room, then you should be at peace. But it's not. It's a concentration camp. That's why you have to pay rent. That's why you have to pay taxes. That's why you have to pay and to pay to play. You can't be free here. And to be free, you're thought of as being either a yogi or you're homeless. See, I prefer to live under a tree, in a tent. I prefer to live so close to the earth that I'm in touch with myself. I'm in touch with the earth. I can't be in touch with the earth if I'm wearing clothes all the time and shoes and in a car and being distracted and paying bills and going to work. Those things don't function. They can't function in a man who's looking for peace in his life. Looking for just this. Just being open to the breath. You see, we're actually putting ourselves deeper in the grave and distracting ourselves when we get involved with the breath. So I'm going to put on my yogi guru hat right now and show you and tell you a technique that I do regularly that allows me to absolve myself of the suffering, the distractions, the wanting to scratch, and just be through the central nervous system, being like a waterfall, clean and clear with no contractions, no tension in the muscles, tension in the mind, tension in the jaw, tension in the intestines, and then you become who you are yourself. Tension. I'm the guy to relieve your tension, to relieve and bring your understanding and your overwhelming desire of experience to observe the flesh as the true temple, the true experience of making love to yourself. You see, you have positive, negative, male and female in your body, and they're constantly involved. And they're so involved that they can't be uninvolved. But see, that's the thing. You want to be so involved in yourself that you never look outside your own eyes to validate who you are or look for things to distract yourself. You're so involved in you. Can you be so involved in you that you find your happiness? Find your true breath. You see, that's what I discovered. When your breath is full, when it's fully attenuated, when your breath is fully attenuated and you're watching the breath, there's no actually oscillation of even the rib cage, even the tension in the muscles to open and contract. There's just openness. See, this is the state that I'm wanting to achieve in my internal goal for connected to the ultimate conduit, the ultimate battery. You see, if we're searching for distractions, if we're not happy with who we are, and we're busy reaching out and playing with life and things, we're like children lost in a Lego land of pieces of stuff that really don't matter. You see, when you find true pleasure in yourself, true passion, you never leave beyond your own eyeballs. It's all happening in there in the third eye. See, this is why you want to open up your mind. You want to open up your body to etheric energies. You want to open yourself to all the energies around you, which are always there, chronically available to tap into, to draw from. But we draw and think our energy comes from eating, from consuming calories. Actually, they destroy and dumb down the body, as 80% or more of your energy goes to moving it through your intestines and out into the toilet again. And then you're running to the store again to toiletize and terrorize the earth from its beings who we want to consume. So that's why the spiritual path is really about diet. It's about your diet, about you being on the cross of life, and you can go up and down, you can go right and left, but really being in the center and being balanced is where you want to remain. You want to remain in the center and watch everything move from there, instead of being on this end and this end over here and balancing that hat and spinning this plate, trying to make a dollar here and trying to fuck that girl there, and trying to do anything, because then it leads to disappointment. And displeasure and unhappiness if you don't get the results that you want. So you already got the results that you want right now. They're happening. Just the very heart that is beating, that you can't even create it just on its own. If you just tap into, the heart, everything's happening. The hair is growing, the skin is growing, it's all happening. Why can't we be happy with just those things? Why can't we be happy with the enlightened state? You see, I've discovered that, yes, the spiritual path is about diet, but this is what draws us into the oral fixation, like the child to the tit, to the mom, that we're always trying to supplicate ourselves with something else. We're never truly at peace, at happiness. And that's where I'm trying to get you to go, is that if you stop doing the itch of life and just stop and sit and be and connect to your inner fluids, connect to your inner program that is happening all the time, you can actually become what you're looking for, perhaps looking for. The enlightened state, the inner experience state of pleasure. You see, when you find pleasure, you keep going there. Oh, that gave me pleasure, I want more of that. But the internal pleasure is built through the pranic breath practice and less consuming practice of eating and just opening till all the tissues are open and you're in the state of, whoa, I'm here, I'm alive, and I'm not breathing, but I'm being. So we're trying to go beyond the breath. Breath happens because we're actually digesting, moving things through our body, and the breath acts as a pump, hydraulic. I want you to go into beyond the breath. That's the technique I'm showing you today, is to go beyond the breath into a state of alignment and watching. Can you watch inside your internal nasal passages? Watch and open them up like valves so that they're open and the third eye feels the pressure of the breath itself. This is Kundalini Yoga. This is how the serpent or the snakes live in holes. They're quiet. They feel energy. They feel pressure from long, dozens, hundreds of feet away. They feel the pressure of movement. They feel heat. We have those abilities too. And I'm asking you to drive and dive deep into your ability to actually breathe, feel pressure of energies through opening these valves to the third eye. So you're no longer breathing through the digestive system like, no, we're going beyond that. See, you're a student of life, but you haven't even graduated to the element of adult, where you can decide whether you want to consume a breath or not. You want to feel that pressure of the breath, so you want to be intimate with yourself enough to where when you open up these tissues here, your brain starts to feel the breath, feel the pressure, and get energized. Again, here we're going to go back to diet. See, if your diet's incorrect and you're eating dairy or things that cause inflammation, that block your senses, then you're in your digestive channel and you're always going to be in your root chakra element of fight and flight and feed that parasite and scratch that itch. I'm asking you if you want to get out of the gutter of life, getting out of the gutter of your desirable intestinal gastronomical joy, and just no longer find joy in the taste sensation of that explodes in your mouth. And that's where obesity comes from. All these people that are obese, it's because they're into the flavor and they're all congested. They can never have the experience that you're going to experience if you just let go. So you want to breathe through the top of your head, people. You want to breathe through the top of your head as you inhale, so that all the tissues open up. There's a higher breath that you're not aware of, and you can only be aware of that breath under the influence of self, not the influence of food, caffeine, sugar, all these addictive behaviors that actually throw us off and allow us not to access the secret inside our own being. So I'm asking you to go thrive, to crack into the secret of yourself. So when I breathe and I inhale, I let the breath happen. It just fills. And then I continue to breathe, not exhale. That's the technique. You want to open up to the breath and keep breathing in. Of course you can't breathe in more, but you're keeping everything open forever. This is the goal. This is the technique. Because once you're open to the breath, other tissues will start to crack open and open doors. So can you understand that? Can you really get that? That you don't want to keep inhaling and exhaling like a pump that is not getting any energy. It's just creating more energy, excess loss. You're losing energy. So I'm showing you the greatest secret that you'll ever hear for anybody. I know your friends are showing you this, how to and hold that breath and be happy with it forever. And when you exhale, absolutely have to exhale. That's when you're dying for the next breath. Your body's had enough. It's digested it, spent all that time, minutes and minutes, just with one opening. You'd exhale through the mouth. For as long as you can. And you really, for this technique to work, you have to exhale through the mouth, relaxing the jaw and and then leave that breath out as long as you can. Sit, wait, look, listen inside, listen to when the breath wants to come back in. Don't just out of repetitive nature inhale. Just sit there empty. And then when the body absolutely has to breathe, this is the secret technique. It comes in through the nose, the top of the head. Deep as you can, deep as you can, deep as you can. Don't hold the breath, just keep it open. And smile. Smile as big and deep as you can, trying to get the third eye and the nostrils behind your nostrils to open up the apertures and feel the pressure of the in and outward. And that's where you want to start breathing into your own third eye and opening up the tissues of the brain. Then you're satisfied from within. You know it conquers hunger and thirst because now you're lighting up all the tissues. And now you've entered into the adult stage of life. Otherwise, you're still a child. You're still hanging out with friends that aren't showing you the ultimate technique or kriya that I've showed you just now. After being 55 years old, on the yogic path for lifetimes, understanding that it's all empty. Yet we captivate ourselves with the illusion that things hold value, money holds value, cars, things hold value. But I'm asking you, if you want to be free, you have to let go and quit clinging and grasping. That's where your suffering begins. As soon as your hands do this, that's where your suffering begins. On the physical. But it begins in here through you not being full inside. So I'm really showing you, this is the next age and wave of this world will be a teacher who comes and shares with them how to get out of the binds of life and open up to the real truth of death and life. You gotta die in the moment and let go of everything to be reborn in the next. You know, like we're having little births and little lives and little deaths every day. Every day is like a new day, is like a whole new reality if you think about it. When you wake up, it's like waking up from a little death. I wake up and I'm so rejuvenated, I'm so relaxed. I might lie there another couple hours. Sometimes I'll stay in bed for 12 hours or more, just because nothing matters, people. You see, one of my yogic practices, this is not secret, but you haven't heard it. I have no plan when I get up. That's the secret to my success of being free. no schedule, nothing to do, nowhere to go, nobody to please, no bill to pay. I can go back to sleep forever. I can go meditate forever. I can do, you see, then you live the dream. Do you understand? You live the dream when you let go to the deepest level and you just go, there's nothing to do. It's all an illusion. You mean getting up and, oh, I got to do my email, then I got to get some coffee, then read the paper, check the news, then, oh, I got to go to work, then you get in the car. But before you get in the car, you get put on clothes, so you're no longer connected to nature. Then you put on shoes, and then you step outside, so your feet never actually touch the ground and earth. Ever heard of earthing? Earthing is when you put your feet on the ground and touch the earth and get rid of the kinetic, stagnant, chi bound up energy that's in your feet. Your feet need to let go. So most people, they put on their shoes, they jump in their car, and they jump out of their car, they're on concrete, they go in the store, or they go in their office. They never touch the earth. They're not even earthlings. I don't even, these people are plastic wings, if you think about it. They're wearing plastic clothes, they're driving plastic metal cars. You're basically no longer a humanoid. You're a droid. Every single person I'm talking to right now is a droid. I lived it too, so I was a droid as well. Okay, I had a car, then you gotta gas the car, then you gotta get in it, then you gotta sit in traffic, then you gotta eat, smell other people's. It's like, then you have tension and frustration, and you get out of the car and you're no longer the same person because energetically it just robs you of everything. Cars rob me, so I'm no longer getting in a car every day, or owning a car, or being distracted by those who are in cars. I want to be free. Freedom begins with being free and no longer clinging and grasping. And when I do, I try to, it benefits the world. If I can, benefit the world. Create some art, cling and grasp, paint. Otherwise, try to be free. Notice right here. Can you see it? Okay. When you're holding the breath deeply, you're holding it and you're pressurizing it. You saw the heart beating here. Is your heart beating there? When you pressurize here, it pressurizes the vagus nerve, so it gets more blood flow to the entire body. I've just showed you how to escape yourself from any COVID or any disease or any problem in your body by increasing your circulation. No doctor is going to show you that. They'll write you a pill or whatever, and off you go. I'm a doctor of yoga. You go to a doctor to help you get healed. People come to me as a doctor to get healed. And I'm showing you that you can do it with breath and letting go. I'm not going to let go of my hair. I actually never cut my hair. The hair is the ambrosia of the sun experience in your body is the hair. If you're losing your hair, you got to wonder, why am I losing my hair? 55. You look like a 20-year-old surfer. It's the practice, people. Practice, eventually it shows results. So keep trying to give up. Don't even stop trying, just give up. You know, many times I've asked people, quit your job. Find a new profession. Try making it happy. Try making happiness your profession. Going nowhere, doing nothing, because you're happy already where you are. If this world was like that, people were like that and understood it, then we'd have a different place. But we don't. Because the truth isn't important enough. It is to me. So that's why I did this video. So I'm really trying to have you get attracted and attractive to your inner breath, and knowing that everything's happening there, and you want your brain to make love to itself. Then you're not distracted by the world or people or things. Find yourself, and if you can't have it, come see me, and I will make sure that you get to understand the place that I'm at of inner reflection and bliss. If you want to experience that bliss, come out and try the DMT with me. Try the Deemsters, as we call them. The dimethyltryptamine that flows in most plants, animals. You have lots of DMT, and the way to increase it is through the breath. The longer you hold that breath, the more dimethyltryptamine and melatonin and things are manufactured. And if you do it long enough and often enough, you enter into the dream body, the state of immortality. And that's deep shit. That's so deep that nobody's talking about it. Nobody knows how to access it. So, to me, everybody's wasting my time unless they show me the way. They show me how to resurrect and rejuvenate my body. Otherwise, you're all wasting my time. I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to show you that you're wasting your time and how to stop wasting your time. So the camera's in my direction right now, and I'm waiting for you to show up and experience life with me too, because I am creating a school. I have some friends and people that are very attracted to my wisdom of emptiness, and I'm attracted. If you're attracted, let's connect. Email me, and I'm going to finish because it's the only way. And you want to get that breath in to where you feel full inside, not full of shit anymore, full of breath. Cheers.